Throughout the Legend of Zelda, the royal family of Hyrule has been at the core of many victories, but also many tragedies and crimes that have plagued the land. And now, as we venture into the latest Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, many people believe that this name, Tears of the Kingdom, may be tied to that of a tangible item within the game or an ability. And while those both may still be true, I believe that this term could be a reference to the fallout of the sins of the royal family of Hyrule, and how their crimes may have caught up with them in the most drastic of ways in this latest Zelda title. Hey everyone, it's HMK once again with another Tears of the Kingdom theory. I hope you're ready to dive into the darkest depths of Zelda's history. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now, let's begin. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for Tears of the Kingdom to be referenced directly to the land of Hyrule itself, as Breath of the Wild was literally that previously. As the title Breath of the Wild was described as experiencing and braving this wild new expansive world, being one with nature almost. So for the sequel to Breath of the Wild, continuing that naming convention in which the land itself is paramount to the story and experience of the game, it would make sense, as thanks to the lore of the land itself and the Triforest, the land can be considered sentient to a point. So going on with Tears of the Kingdom, it really is no secret that the royal family has committed countless crimes throughout the history of Zelda. I mean, if you didn't know, oh man. These include acts committed through the Sheikah, through their own divine power or right, pretty much anything to keep the royal family in the seat of power in Hyrule. Which makes you really wonder what went wrong in Breath of the Wild. Well, we're gonna get to that. So basically, all of these acts, all of these crimes, all of this compounded and caused the tangible land of Hyrule to weep in guilt, for the kingdom itself to literally shed tears. And like I said before, we know that the land itself is a bit sentient to a degree due to its providence being tied to that of the Triforce, in which the land flourishes under the scope of pure intent and decays when there is not so good intent. These sins of the royal family became too much for the Triforce to bear, that due to these Tears of the Kingdom, the Triforce went into hiding due to the shame brought on by the royal family, and thus hid itself away from the current time of Hyrule. And honestly, it explains why everyone in the land were left high and dry in order to face Calamity Ganon without it, relying on Zelda's sealing power, which I still believe isn't actually the Triforce but is tied to it, the Master Sword, and of course the Divine Beasts and the Guardians, and we all know how that went down. And that after Hyrule barely survived that conundrum, we now face Calamity Ganondorf. And when we couple with the fact that we have a new lineup of inexperienced supposed champions that probably can't pilot the Divine Beasts the same way their predecessors could, and that Zelda's fate is truly up in the wind, a lot of components that would have worked against Calamity Ganon are not really there for Calamity Ganondorf. So I feel that in this scenario, Link's best bet is to seek out the Triforce. And how do we go about doing that in Tears of the Kingdom? Well, check out this interesting idea. We have to literally collect and dry these Tears of the Kingdom, thereby healing the wounds of the land and rectify it by erasing this shame and guilt. And only by drying these Tears of the Kingdom, we can expose the Triforce once again, possibly paving the way to re-enter the Sacred Realm. And check this out, the Tears of the Kingdom, while I'm going with the idea that it is relating to the sins of the royal family, I still believe that it could be tangible objects that I have to find. And how do you find these objects? Well, by diving into the dark past of the royal family, a past that they don't want to be exposed. It may be possible to pinpoint the most atrocious acts that have produced a Tear of the Kingdom and go to those specific points throughout the land of Hyrule at this current time in order to learn the truth of each event and set things right. Events that are probably tied to the Shadow Temple, the case of the Dark Interlopers, the Gerudo Exodus, the Sheikah Banishment, the Arbiter's Grounds, and the Hyrulean Civil War. And that when you find and collect each tier at these locations, then you're able to purify each point of land and alleviate the pain that the land in that point is experiencing. And possibly the revelations of these locations can be tied to these gigantic hieroglyphics on the land itself. And with Hyrule possibly being forsaken by the old gods, only Hylia and possibly that gods of another realm must help against Ganondorf in this plight to search out the tears. And one of those gods possibly is a god that is tied to Link's new green arm, that was definitely wronged by the royal family, but will assist the Link and try to set things right. And that's how I believe that Tears of the Kingdom are tied to that of the sins of the royal family. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment and theory in the comment section below, and be sure to like, share, and most importantly subscribe to HMK for more Zelda Tears of the Kingdom videos every week. Big thanks to my Patreon supporters for helping making this video happen. If you want to find out how you can support HMK for just $1 a month, check out my info in the description box below, while checking out my merch at my shop at Fourth Wall. Alright guys, until the next Zelda video, this has been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.